The India-UK NSA meet. The two sides have agreed to enhance cooperation to address violent extremism and radicalism. There can be no justification for violent extremism and radicalization in democracy. The Indian side has raised the issue of the extremist elements in UK threatening individual officers of the Indian High Commission and urged UK government to take strong public action against these elements, such as deportation or legal prosecution. There were these posters which these so-called Khalistani elements, these terrorists, had put out, asking for the diplomats and the IFS officers who are posted in UK right now. Those are the images on your screen. It is an NSA level meet that has happened. You can see NSA Ajit Doval and his counterpart from UK. The images on your screen right now. Extremism and the kind of spurt in the Khalistani activities that we have seen is something that has worried India. We have seen these kind of activities happen in UK, Australia, US and Canada. Recently, there was an attack at the Indian consulate in San Francisco as well. And in this meeting, the entire issue of Khalistani elements in UK, how they continue to survive under the subterfuge of human rights, and they continue to raise concerns for India is something that was highlighted. So getting you all the details about this crucial meet that happened between NSA Ajit Doval and his counterpart from UK, where India raised the issue of Khalistani elements in UK and how they continue to operate. You'd remember there was also certain instances that were reported from the Indian High Commission in London, where certain elements in the garb of holding a protest had taken down the national flag. They had also broken the window panes of the Indian High Commission in UK, and this was a concern that was raised even earlier. To fight terror jointly is something that the two sides have taken resolution upon. India continues to question the role of its neighbours, including Pakistan, but the rise in the Khalistan supporters and the Khalistani activities is something that has worried the Indian authorities. I want to cut across to my colleague Siddhant to get more details. Siddhant, what more about the meeting?
Well, that's right. So the UK NSA Tim Barrow is on an official visit to India, and perhaps he's going to meet other dignitaries as well. But today, the bilateral talks between NSA, Ajit Doval and Tim Barrow took place in the New Delhi, and perhaps several agendas were discussed at the time of this particular meeting. But most importantly, we have been told, and in fact sources are telling to us, that the issue of Khalistani extremism has again been raised by India during talks today in the New Delhi. And perhaps National Security Advisor Ajit Doval has raised issue of extremist groups active on UK soil, and also reminded UK of acting against such groups if they take law and order in their hands. So, in fact, other than this, the two sides have also agreed to enhance cooperation when it comes to violent extremism, radicalism. And in fact, both the sides have also agreed that there cannot be any justification for violent extremism and radicalization in democracy. So this particular visit is very significant, because India and UK are already having trade talks going on, and perhaps UK wants India to seal the trade talks as soon as possible. But since the attack on Indian Foreign Office in London, both countries have the relations between the both countries have seen a dip, has taken a hit, and perhaps now the work is being done to again enhance the relationship. And this is the reason that a step has been taken by India, and NSA office has invited British NSA Tim Barrow on an official state visit, and the concerns that India has with regard to security of Indian community living in London, and especially the extremism which is spreading and which is mushrooming, the extreme groups which are mushrooming, is a major concern for India, and the same has been flagged off today during bilateral talks in New Delhi. Back to you.
My colleague Siddhant Mishra getting us all the details. Siddhant, please continue to stay with us on the broadcast. Just to put it into perspective, the images that you see on the right-hand side of your screen are the images of the foreign diplomats who are posted in UK and in different parts of the world. And more importantly, these images were circulated accusing them of murder, and there was a death threat against them. My colleague Abhishek is also joining us on the broadcast. So, Abhishek, when this meeting happened between NSA Ajit Doval and UK counterpart Tim Barrow in the national capital, other than the K threat, the Khalistani threat, are there other key things or agendas that were discussed?
Of course, the two sides also discussed about the critical technologies and how to share that, what are the areas that they can collaborate on. They also talked about counter-terrorism aspect of bilateral relationship and counter-terror financing and use of the internet for terrorism purposes, illicit drug trafficking and counter-radicalization. Drug trafficking, narcotics and the cyber security are two major areas where security officials have been regularly in touch with. India and UK officials have been in touch with regularly. Cyber security and the AI-generated, challenges in that domain is also one of the areas where India has been keenly interested in having a conversation with UK, USA, France, and other developed countries which have, better capabilities in terms of tech. Critical technologies, another area where Ajit Doval has been steering India's policy and India's engagement with USA, we have seen in the past, and with UK also. This meeting that Tim Barrow had with NSA Doval comes just 2 months after, I think 3 months after Tim Barrow had traveled to Delhi. Earlier this year, NSA Doval has also traveled to UK. So we have seen how closely and how frequently Doval has.
And as you get us all the details.